2022 year in comic book movies and comic book shows has been a wild ride. And it's only fitting that we end the journey on a heavy emotional note with the Black Panther sequel, Wakanda Forever. A movie that shows how you can heal from tragic loss. And it also proved one thing very, very vital. The MCU is better on the big screen. Wakanda Forever is a story about grief and mistrust. Now that that very nation has opened itself to the world, there's a whole lot of fuckery coming at them from other countries and even from the depths of the ocean. How will they deal with these threats with their own nation in a state of influx without their protector for generations, known as the Black Panther? Now, the movie opened up and addressed the biggest question right away. We have Shuri that's praying to the gods above as she comes into her office. Just say, my brother, I don't care about anything else. And we see her trying to come up with a formula in order to cure his illness.
Crew,
Yes, princess.
it's my brother's heart rate.
Your brother is with the ancestors.
I gotta tip my cap to everybody involved with crafting the opening of this movie to just come in and address that right away. No need to throw T'Challa's death on a fishing rod with a burger attached to it, making motherfuckers run. Come on now. What you want to see? No, they addressed it right away. We don't have a CGI T'Challa in a Panther suit running around in this movie. But extra credit, ain't no unseen footage from one of the other movies doctored into this movie. There is none of that. Also, the Marvel Studios intro was a dedication again to Chadwick Boseman as they replaced all of the other Marvel heroes with just T'Challa. That was touching. With the cast, there's several characters from 2018 that are given a lot more to do in this most recent installment. And the one person that I was like, damn, she murdering this shit, was Angela Bassett. We gotta clap it up. Yo, when I tell you she murdered it, as the queen, she murdered it. A huge step up from where she was in the first Black Panther movie, where I was like, are you from Georgia? Are you from Atlanta? Because I'm not really convinced you're that African, baby. I don't feel it, but I felt it in this one. She had such gravitas with every single scene when she was speaking.
It's with the ancestors! I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone! Have I not given everything?
All those moments made her death that much more impactful. The last person in the cast I got a spotlight is Tenoch Huerta, who plays Namor, the Submariner. He's here in the MCU, and was he ever menacing? Spotlighting how great the villains overall, fuck you Gore, have been in Phase 4 of the MCU. And I never felt like I was watching a watered down, bad version of his comic book counterpart. I felt like certain things that were changed actually made sense for the world that he's in, considering that he has to be in real life. With that being said, they should have got rid of them goddamn ankle wings. Woo! Did that shit look goofy? But on a more negative note, I didn't really vibe with the writing of his character motivation, right? When it came to protecting the people of his city, I understood that. But him wanting to kill the scientist, Riri Williams, relentlessly really bothered me. Because I'm like, hold on. She's 19 years old. She made this as a child. She has no idea that the US government stole her blueprints and made a machine out of it. She does not give a fuck about y'all in the ocean. She didn't even know y'all fucking existed. She doesn't give a fuck about vibranium. But yet you're hell-bent. Hey, nah. As scientist, she gotta die. Why? I was like, okay, motherfucker. He just wanna kill. This motherfucker wanna kill somebody.
Oh, he's trying to kill somebody. What you try loving somebody?
Much like the first film, the cinematography is truly something special when it comes to certain places you go, such as Wakanda, or you can talk about Tolokin. That place looked pretty good considering that deep parts of the ocean are supposed to be dark, and they had to make it a little different from what appeared in the Warner Brothers DC Aquaman movie, so I understood where they were coming from. Also, when you go to so many places in this film, that's where it really requires your attention. You gotta focus, baby. The amount of times that I saw text scroll across my fucking screen, it got to the point where I just didn't care no more. We were going to so many places. I was like DJ Khaled in that motherfucker.
Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. And another one. Another one. Another one. And another one.
And while we're on the topic of throwing in the towel, I found it very weird that nobody said anything about how dark some of these scenes were. I mean, there's moments where you can't see shit. And it's not like in the Batman movie where they did certain things with light to give an overglowing view to certain scenes so that you can actually visually understand the fucking action. When Namor's people attacked that military bunker in the water, I couldn't see shit. When Riri is flying around in her Mark 1 suit, I couldn't see shit. I'm wondering, is anybody else in the theater having trouble seeing this shit? Somebody called Thomas Edison. Cut the lights on. Somebody set a lid in this bitch. I can't see nothing. What the fuck? There's two characters in this film that make somewhat surprise appearances based upon rumors that they were here. One is Valentina Allegra. We saw her in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we also saw her in Black Widow, right? We know that she's building up the Thunderbolts roster, right? And although her presence wasn't needed for this film, I understand why she was here. She's here to set up future events for Wakanda. And I also thought the back and forth she had with her ex-husband, Ross, was a nice little comedy moment to break up the tension in this movie. The second cameo we had in the movie was Eric Killmonger in the ancestral plane. Okay? And when I tell you that scene was powerful, and it wasn't the person that Shuri as a character was hoping to talk to. Instead, it's this vengeful, cold-blooded killer who's communicating to her, hey, you just like me right now. Alright? Everybody who did me wrong, I wanted to kill them. The people who killed my father, T'Chaka, I wanted to kill that motherfucker. And in that moment, not only was Killmonger talking to Shuri, but he was kind of talking to us as an audience. Because we're sitting right there saying, yeah, go kill Namor. He killed your mama. We with the shits. But talking to him in a throne room that was on fire as he's been exiled in the afterlife was everything that character needed.
Are you gonna be noble like your brother? Or take care of business? Like me.
We all knew that Shuri was going to be the new Black Panther. It wasn't a secret, okay? It was the most logical next step for that franchise. But the Black Panther suit is instantly ready. She's got gauntlets in the fucking suit. All this crazy tech. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. This don't make no sense. when she's fighting Namor later on, who was weakened, not only is she significantly beating his ass, but she knows how to do things in combat that I'm sure she previously didn't know how to do, considering that her combat style was keep my distance, shoot you, keep my distance, shoot you. That's what she's been doing in the MCU. Now all of a sudden she's an expert at close quarters combat. I was like, alright, okay. Speaking of things that don't make sense, in our plot convenient, the Dora Milaje need an advantage against Namor's people. And they get these exosuits, damn near Wakandian Iron Man suits that they're flying around in. Huh? What? The runtime is really, really forever. It is forever. The runtime is damn near 3 hours. When you include trailers and getting to your seat, staying for the post credits, it's like, yo, my ass was on fire. Pause. Okay, what the fuck? 2 hours and 47 minutes is too long for this. And lastly, the soundtrack is outstanding for this movie. All of the themes that played in this movie matched the tension, amped up the emotions of the characters as you watch them do their thing. So, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. What does he get? What does it deserve? Wakanda Forever gets a mother freaking B+. Anyway, it's been weird, but it's been real. Boy, that shit was emotional. God damn. Almost fell asleep though. 3 hours. Get out of here, bitch.
I understand.